So now I'm continuing the Wicked double feature. Last week I talked about Gladiator 2, and now I'm talking about Wicked. You can make your own Wicked double feature and watch both of them back to back. It's cheaper than buying movie tickets. Okay, in my last video I said that this double feature is an industry plant and that only a sucker would see it. Even though I said it in a very tongue-in-cheek way, I may have been a little hard. I mean, I want there to be another Barbenheimer, and this seemed like as good as any. Although, as it turns out, even though they were both very successful, one of them made a lot more than the other, so it probably didn't catch on, so crap. Anyway, Wicked is from director John M. Chu, who did In the Heights and Crazy Rich Asians. Written by Winnie Holzman, who wrote the iconic musical that it's based on, and Dana Fox, who worked on Cruella and The Lost City. This is a movie based on a musical by Winnie Holzman, based on the book by Gregory Maguire, based on the book by L. Frank Baum. You all probably know about the musical and what it's about. It's about Glinda and the Wicked Witch of the West before Dorothy came to Oz, and says that the Wicked Witch wasn't actually evil but just misunderstood. And now Chu has made it into an epic two-part spectacle. Yes, this is only half the story. You're gonna have to watch a whole other movie next year. With the first part being almost 3 hours long. It's been a long time since I saw Wicked on stage, but I don't remember it being that long. But it doesn't matter, because it fills that time with almost consistently great spectacle and music that you probably won't even want it to be over. Yes, against all odds, there is enough good stuff here to justify splitting it in two. Once again, I have seen Wicked on stage, but it was a long time ago. And this reminded me of how great it is. The music, the story, the characters, it's a modern classic for a reason. And this adaptation does it justice. It nails the spectacle of the magical land of Oz. The effects look amazing, probably true to the original Wizard of Oz. I mean, I don't know for sure this is how that movie looked back then, but you can definitely tell that it was meant to feel spectacular. And the fact that it still looks good to this day is a testament to how great the production design was. And the same could be said about this. From the environments to the creatures, it all looks great. Granted, for musicals, you probably don't want it all to look like just one big special effect. But since the movie appears to be done with both CGI and practical effects, that's not a problem. The musical numbers are not just something done in front of a green screen, with a few exceptions. And they're very well staged and very elaborate sets that add to the big musical feel. And the characters are in good hands. Glinda and Elphaba, aka the Wicked Witch of the West, are played by Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo respectively. And they both have the voices to carry the songs, and the performances to bring the characters to life. And a supporting cast including Michelle Yeoh and Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard also give life to Oz. And it's coming at just the right time. The story takes place in an Oz full of corruption and discrimination, and these themes are unfortunately even more timely now than they were back when the musical premiered on Broadway. The movie ends at about when the intermission went into stage production, but despite the fact that it's just half the story, it doesn't feel like it at the end. When Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse ended, it felt like an incomplete story. The longer the third installment is delayed, the more I regret giving it 5 stars. But here it feels almost like its own complete movie. Don't get me wrong, there are still many plot threads unresolved. Shit, there may actually be nothing resolved in this movie. But it doesn't matter because the sequence at the Wizard's Castle, and especially the closing performance of Defying Gravity, feels epic and climactic enough to make up for that. It feels like Elphaba has reached her ultimate final stage as a person, even if there's still more for her. That final song is the most stunning sequence in the entire movie, and when the To Be Continued hits the screen like a shotgun blast, it left me eager to see more. For the Wicked double feature, which circumstances kept me from watching as an actual double feature, this is my favorite of the two. I also thought that Barbie was the best part of Barbenheimer, so I don't know what these choices say about me. Hey, real men wear pink. Anybody who denies that is not a real man. He probably took so many steroids that his balls shriveled up and fell off. Yes, I know this is a family movie. Either way, this is one of the best movies of the year. A visually stunning, well-performed movie musical that does its source material justice.